It's a silver fox office for the box office foxes. It's a silver fox office with Elsie and Mike.
Welcome to the Silver Fox Office, where we are on a quest to find the foxiest old guy in cinema. I'm Mike.
I'm Elsie.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright. I just said before this, I do feel like I'm going to burp at any second, and I was really, positive it was going to be, you were going to give me the thumbs up, but it was just going to be immediate burp.
Immediate burp into the microphone.
I have that at work, because obviously I take a lot of calls at work in a call centre. I always have this big fear that I'm just going to answer and be like, you're speaking with Mike, and just...
One time when I was in the call centre at work, I answered the phone right after I'd finished reading an article about the Football World Cup, because it was on at the same time. And I had just been reading this article, answered the phone and said, good afternoon, you're speaking with Laura. How can I win? And the guy went, oh.
How can you win?
He was like, oh, it's a bit dark.
That's sad. That's sad.
Sorry.
My main one is when I do outbound calls and it's ringing and I'm like, oh God, I've got to burp, because I just have this image of calling someone, burping, and then having to hang up and be like, I'm sorry.
And leaving that message.
I have nothing else to do.
I did once.
In that situation.
I left a message with somebody whose answer machine message was like, it was Scooby-Doo themed. So it was like,
Right.
It was like, ruh-roh, you're leaving a message for Kevin, and I was like in tears by the time it came time to me to leave the message, and I probably was crying, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's calling from the place that I'm calling from, and I'm so sorry. You have to be like, oh my goodness, your answer machine really caught me off guard. So, yeah.
There's Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
There's a collectible item in that called Ragot, R-A-H-G-O-T, Ragot. And one of my favourite memes as I saw it is when Scooby-Doo sees a queer person.
That's my favourite thing. Whenever somebody in the in one of the group chats, someone misspells something and it has an R in front of it. I love just say replying to it and be like, Scooby-Doo if he, and then
Yeah.
It's top tier humour.
Absolutely, I agree.
Absolutely.
So how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm full of popcorn. Just went to the movies, so I am like...
You're popcorned out.
Yeah, and we've just ordered some kai to arrive for after this. We've got some Burger Fuel coming.
So excited. Shout out Burger Fuel.
We are just going to... There's going to be a ding-dong. We're going to be like, right, bye.
Right, we have to stop right now.
Yeah, it'll be like, okay, and their Steve Buscemi number is... Oh, no, got to go.
Got the mic. My American Muscle singles here.
And a burger too.
Hey, it sounds like one of the pop-up sites on my laptop.
American Muscle single?
Yeah, American muscular singles are in your area. Okay, thank God. Steve, is that you, Mr. Buscemi? You muscly vixen.
Oh,
anyway. Okie dokie.
So,
that's right.
What do we do now? Have you seen?
We win.
Have you seen?
Have I seen anything?
Any good movies?
Okay, let me get the old LB out, the old letterbox.
The old
LC with the LB. Okay, what have I watched? So, since we last spoke on the podcast, in order to fundraise for a very exciting event that we will talk about very shortly, I went with Mike and some splendid friends of the podcast, Jamie, Cass, Ed, etc. Jared.
He was there.
I
know he's forgettable.
No, I am in his house. Yeah. He has just ordered me tea. I do love him.
Yeah.
He is a great guy. Jared was there. We went to see Wuthering Heights.
We did.
Before I talk about Wuthering Heights, there was also this incredible movie that was screening before Wuthering Heights that we saw. Okay.
Some would say it's the better movie of the two.
Mike, Jared, Cass, Jamie, and your friends.
Our friends Ali and Sam.
Who I've not had the pleasure of meeting yet properly, so no. Shout out Ali and Sam.
Hi Ali, hi Sam.
They filmed this, one would call it a spoof or a parody. I would call it the better remake.
The premiere text.
The premiere text of, you've seen The Haunting.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen The Homoing. I have. When I tell you, my sister came with me, obviously, it was a movie theatre.
Yeah.
I can't enter a movie theatre unless my sister's with me.
Sure.
We laughed so hard. We literally, tears streaming down our face. It was so funny, and it was so, like, my humour funny.
So stupid.
It was
so silly.
It was brilliant. I will say, like, obviously, so it was like Jared's like proper film debut.
Yes,
wasn't
it was.
it?
Yeah.
He was incredible.
He was the main character. He has done he's not done a lot of acting. It's not we're not one of those showbiz couples.
Yeah.
He did in a like school production of Pinocchio. He did play Geppetto.
Oh, that's big. That's a big role.
But I think this might be his that might have been his first and last until this moment. So
he was hilarious. You was it
Riff from West Side Story.
Riff from West Side Story. Hilarious. Also, Jamie. Who was she? Eleanor?
She was Eleanor.
Eleanor. The bit where she's running around the house and at the end her little feet like tip-tapping, my sister and I were literally like doubled over. That was fucking hilarious. And Cass as this like Theo as this beatnik lesbian. Hilarious.
Beatnik lesbian.
I kid you not. And I'm not even just
podcast is pro beatnik lesbians.
Absolutely. I'm not just even saying this to glaze you all to be like, oh, because like I care about you all immensely.
Yeah.
Genuinely hilarious. And the perfect way to set the tone for what was to come. So after we watched probably the best thing to happen to cinema since Titanic, we then watched Wuthering Heights.
Yes, we did.
The 2026 film by Emerald Fennell.
And we had very different responses and reactions to it, I think is fair to say.
I tell you what. So I was sat next to another person that I'd never met before, Amy.
Amy Sullivan. Shout out, Amy.
Shout out, Amy.
She doesn't know this yet, but she's going to be a guest at some point in the future.
I'd love that.
I haven't actually spoken to her about this. I don't know if she's ever listened, but
Amy, if you're listening,
we're manifesting it.
So I've never met Amy, never spoken to Amy in my life. Sat next to Amy. There are many things. Okay, so everyone knows how I feel about Jacob Elordi.
Yes.
Everyone knows how I feel about Jacob Elordi.
Yes.
I'm a little bit insane.
Yes.
About many things.
Yes.
Jacob Elordi, much so.
Front and center. Yes.
He does some crazy shit. Okay, I won't go too much into it. There is a scene where he sniffs Margot Robbie's fingers and puts them in his mouth.
After she has been masturbating.
Yes.
Important to note.
And then immediately after this, lifts her up to eye level. Because Jacob Elordi's like 6'5", right? Yeah. Lifts her up to eye level by this, like the strings of her corset.
Yeah.
I feel somebody grab my elbow. I look, Amy's grabbing my elbow. Amy goes, I'm so sorry. And I said, you're fine. Oh my God. Because when I tell you, there is not a second I wasn't going, oh my God. Oh my God. My nails in my sister's arm. Literally, I cannot even tell you what this film did to me.
You and Amy are like a pairing that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think you couldn't have put two better people next to each other.
I agree.
In the Lighthouse Cinema.
I feel like if we ever do get Amy on here, I am gonna have to leave, and it will
You're
just
gonna be third wheeling away
your podcast. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what. Went home immediately. 5 stars.
Yes.
I don't think anyone was surprised though.
That you gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
I was surprised that anyone would give it 5 stars, but I also understand why you would give it 5 stars.
Can I also say I'm well aware of the problematic themes in this film.
Sure.
As one, more than anything, the Emerald Fennell cast Heathcliff as white.
Yeah.
Bad. And also the fact that she cast Edgar Linton as like a man of colour when like it's in the book, it's meant to be that Edgar has this immense sense of like power over Heathcliff.
Yeah.
It was a massive choice on her part and super misguided. Also just the fact that she made the film in and of itself like sexy and horny was weird.
You can very much see, because I mean, obviously she said, I made the adaptation that 14-year-old me pictured when she read the book for the first time, and you can see that.
Oh yeah,
that is very clear.
If Wattpad or fanfiction.net or Archive of Our Own had existed when Emerald Fennell first read Wuthering Heights, we wouldn't have this film. It would have just been like a 14,000 word fan fiction on the internet, and I still would have ate it up. And I would have fan cast Jacob Elordi in my head and not told anyone about it because Heathcliff is meant to be brown.
Yeah.
But
look, we had very different reactions. Yeah. I gave it 2.5 stars, I think, maybe even a 2.
The logical response.
I think so.
I think that's the less sexed up response to that.
I think it is I am not the target audience. The target audience for this is straight women. I would say, or
100%.
Yeah. That's obviously a mass generalization, but gay men, not really the target audience for this. I thought it looked great.
Oh yeah, visually
beautiful.
The fog budget, would have been in the millions. But
they got to a point in the middle of the 3-hour sex montage or whatever it was. Like, obviously. But it was like a 10-minute sex montage.
You could hear me barking down the other end of the row.
And you could hear Jared and I snoring at our end. I got so bored in the 10-minute sex montage because they were always in the same position. It was just like him sitting and her on top of him facing him. And I'm like, okay, fine. Try a different position.
The reason they've done that is because if he tried to bend her over, they would just be at 2 different heights. He is 6'5".
You could have a stool. You could have props.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of ways around that.
There's like in that 10-minute sex montage, there's a fleeting maybe 5 seconds where he's going down on her, and I was like, Heathcliff, if we are making a sexed up horny Wuthering Heights, Heathcliff is an eater.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
That man was not out sniffing the minge off her fingers for you to be portraying him as a 5-second eater.
But also that they're like trying to put a bit of kink on it, and I'm like,
there was pony play, and it had nothing to do with Heathcliff.
But I'm still like, but it's still just essentially missionary position 2 people. I'm like, let her rim him.
Literally
stick a finger in there.
I don't know. Down there, girl.
Doggy style, anything.
You want to see crazy? You want to see? I can't. Okay.
But I was sitting there, and I like the second or third time we saw them doing the same thing in a slightly different setting. I literally was just like, try watercolor or something.
Yeah.
Find a different hobby.
Just do something. I will say, like, there's a bit where Heathcliff and Kathy are watching the pony play. And Heathcliff like puts his hands over her mouth and eyes, and he's like lying on top of her while she's lying down chest first, and I was like, boom, prone bone. Okay, we're in. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nasty. They're in a barn. It's going to be dirty. And that was it. And I was like, oh, okay.
I just found it very boring and very...
Dare I say, she got crazier with Edgar than she did with Heathcliff, to be frankly honest. The craziest thing about Kathy and Heathcliff's sex was the fact that it was an affair.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we've all been there.
And it made me think of like that idea of watching 2 people fall in love is boring for everyone except the 2 people that are falling in love. Right?
And me, because I've got a massive stiffy for Jacob Elordi.
And Elsie, as the old adage goes. But, I'm like...
You know that meme where it's like, I'm ready to have sex. I'm ready to have sex. Are you forgetting someone? And it's Jesus.
Yeah.
That, but instead of Jesus, it's me.
Yeah.
And one of the people having sex is Jacob Elordi.
Yeah. There were a couple of moments that I was like, okay, this is hot. And that was the corset, pulling her up by the corset, sticking her fingers in the mouth. I was like, yeah, that's hot. That's hot, sure. And the moment where the younger sister, I can't remember her name.
Isabella.
Isabella. And Jacob Elordi's like, I'm going to treat you terribly. I'm going to, every time I fuck you, I'm going to think I'm fucking her. Do you want me to stop? And she just kept being like, no. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of hot.
And also, that's
And
a
also
character I can relate to.
But also, like, yeah, because if it was Jacob Elordi, you wouldn't let him finish his sentence. He'd be like,
my pants would have been off.
Yeah, he'd be like, do you want me to stop? And you'd say, no. And he'd be like, I'm going to do that. And you'll be like, I said no.
And I'm like, you're going to want me to stop. Are we clear here?
Make eye contact with me, Jacob Elordi.
Clear.
But that, so much more interesting and like so much more sexually provocative than watching these two people just fuck in the same position.
Nellie goes to get her and is like, look at you, like you're like depraved, and she's like winking at her wearing a fucking dog collar, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Also, the best thing about this movie is Hong Chow.
Oh, Hong Chow delivers a performance for the ages.
Where I was sitting there and I was being like, Hong Chow, get out of there. Just the whole time.
There was a part of me, I was sitting there watching it and I was like, what is Hong Chow doing here?
Hong Chow, you in danger, girl.
Yeah, come on. But I was so, can I also say, after I'd seen it, I was at my folks' place a few days later and we were watching Graham Norton.
Sure.
Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie on Graham Norton. And I'm sitting next to my mother on the couch. Jacob Elordi comes from behind. Sure.
Right.
Appears on Graham Norton next to Margot Robbie. And my mum goes, Jesus Christ, how tall is he? And I went, 6'5". And she was like, oh my God, he's tall.
Yeah.
And I went, and handsome. And she was like, yeah, really handsome. Do you know what it takes for my mother to admit that somebody is handsome?
Because she's like, they have to be that guy from Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah, you have to be the lazy-eyed Jesus from Jesus Christ Superstar. You also have to be Lou Diamond Phillips. Or my father.
Yeah.
That's it, right? And she looked at Jacob Elordi and she was like, wow. So
add him to the list.
Add him to the list. You know, you, Jacob, you're in an elite bunch of men. Jesus Christ Superstar, Lou Diamond Phillips, and my father.
Wow.
Congratulations.
We all dream of attaining such heights.
Congratulations, brother.
So that's our Wuthered Heights corner.
I will also say when I was leaving the cinema after seeing it, two separate people said to me, I can't wait to hear about this on the podcast. So
wow, okay.
There you go.
Here we go. And I mean, you did, this may be spoilers a bit, but you did watch it again in the cinema, right?
I went and saw it again at the cinema on my own. With my warm Pepsi Max.
You sent me a message, just being like, I'm here again. Sent me a picture being like, I'm at the cinema again. I'm like,
I will say,
fuck.
the most fun I had watching it was the first time, seeing it for the first time in a cinema full of people who were as giddy as I was. Because even if you didn't think it was great, like it was still fun to watch in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
Also, like people that you know.
Yeah.
Then watching it on my own was good because there were so many parts that I missed because I was too busy going, oh my God.
Yeah.
Upon seeing Jacob Elordi. So.
Great. I'm glad for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you found a new personality trait with Wuthering Heights.
On a completely different tone, we're going to have to bring the tone incredibly serious because I know you've also seen this. I watched the documentary All the Empty Rooms.
Did you watch that because you saw I had watched it? Or
no,
was it just coincidence? Because I saw you logged it like an hour after I logged it. I was like,
so when we did the episode of Oscar's predictions,
yeah,
which if you haven't heard, go back and listen to that one. Can't even remember which one it is, but listen to it. When I was going through it and it got to like best documentary, that was one of the ones that was nominated, and I was like, lock this in.
Yeah.
And then I was on Netflix and I saw that it was there, and I was like, saved it to my watch later.
Yeah.
And then that night I was going to watch a different movie, and then I saw that it was only like half an hour long.
Yeah.
I was like, we can watch it now.
Yeah.
Watched it.
Devastating.
Cried within the first 6 minutes. Sobbed, but was sobbing by the end of it.
The entire time. Like, just, I was wet. My face was wet.
Yes.
Throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just for those of you who don't know or haven't heard, it is a guy he's a journalist who normally does like fluffy kind of
good news stories.
End of the news, a puppy saved from a tree or whatever.
If you're in New Zealand, think of like the Sunday night One News Good Sorts.
Sure, yeah.
That sort of thing.
Fluffy's kind of the stuff. But he kept having to do school shooting stuff and like focusing on a hero of school shooting, and he
find a positive spin on a school shooting.
Having to find a positive spin on it, because obviously you can't.
Doesn't exist.
So he basically started this project where they go into the rooms of children who have died in school shootings, and their parents have kept their rooms pristine. They've not changed their rooms at all, and it's just taking photos and documenting these rooms. That's all it is, and it is
The most.
yeah.
It's exactly as horrific as you think it is,
Yeah.
because you look at this and you're like, these parents have genuinely turned their kids' rooms into a shrine.
Yeah.
And you look at it and it's literally untouched. Like there's a laundry basket and the clothes are still sitting there and they won't wash them because they smell like him.
Yeah.
And you look and there's one of the girls, you only see a photo of her room. Her room isn't documented in this, but she's got an overdue library book sitting in her drawer. And one part of you is like, especially, I don't know, for me, not being a parent, being like, you've turned this into a shrine, you've immortalized them in a shrine, but then on the other hand, you think like, what else are you meant to do?
Yeah.
How are you meant to pack it away?
Yeah.
How are you meant to do? It was genuinely one of those things where, and obviously, I think and maybe we are both the target and not the target audience, because we look at that and we are moved by it, and we're like, how can you let this happen? Obviously, you need to strengthen your gun laws, but then there's part of me, maybe a naive part of me, that hopes somebody with the power to do something watches that and goes, why aren't we changing the gun laws?
Yeah.
Just everyone needs to watch that documentary.
It's pretty. It's a rough watch, but it's also quite. It's just powerful.
Really powerful, because it doesn't say a hell of a lot, but it says a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And just the respect and the love that has been poured into this documentary, and the way that you see him being like, his meetings with the family beforehand to be like, this is sort of the goal, and making sure that they are comfortable and sort of brought along every step of the way. And it's so gentle. And
there's something like, and I noticed it, how the photographer who goes through and photographs these rooms, before he walks into the room, you see him taking off his shoes. It's almost like that leave no trace type of thing, trying not to disturb any of it.
It's just the respect.
But the first room really got me, because it opens up and it's just full of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob everywhere.
This kid loves SpongeBob, and I was like, okay, cool. So that was me.
Yeah.
When I was a child, like there's absolutely nothing.
It's you today.
Yeah, it's me today. It's me every second, every living moment, and it stops you and it makes you think like, the only thing stopping that from having been me as a child was the fact that like my country cared more about me and strengthened the gun laws.
It's purely
luck.
Purely where you were born. That's all it is.
It's luck and a lottery. So no, everyone needs to watch that. Absolutely gut wrenching documentary.
About half an hour. Half an hour.
Half an hour max.
So accessible. So yeah.
Yeah. No, really good. Somber tone. I will bring it back up.
Does your next one talk about bulge at all?
No, thankfully this one's actually relatively normal. I watched a film that I probably hadn't seen since I was like 10, 11. It's called Wild Child. It's from 2008.
Is that the Emma Roberts joint?
Yes. And my review on it on Letterboxd is entirely accurate. I said, this used to take the roof off of a sleepover in 2009, because it's true. So if anyone hasn't seen this film,
I have not seen it, but I know it.
Emma Roberts plays an American wild child who gets in trouble with her dad, and her dad sends her to boarding school in England, where the headmistress is Natasha Richardson.
Yeah.
God rest her soul. Also cried seeing Natasha Richardson. Emma Roberts ends up bonding with the girls in her dorm, and they help her to try and get out of there, but in doing so she also falls in love with the headmistress' son, who's played by Alex Pettyfer and is insanely sexy, mind you. There is a bit where she's driving his car and it's a manual and she has no idea how to drive it, so it's like she's doing a really bad job and she's absolutely rooting the gearbox so you can hear it. And then on the way back, as they're driving, she's still driving, he's got his arm behind her in the car, and then there's a bit where he just tells her clutch and then he changes the gear for her. Super sexy. Super sexy. So no, this film is like really, really fun. There's tension, there's drama, but it's so fun. It's like the quintessential girls film.
Yeah.
Like there's a really great scene where they're at the charity shop together picking out outfits for like the school dance, and it's just everyone needs to watch Wild Child.
I
Great cinema.
can't stand Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And like her or Anna Kendrick, and
Oh,
both,
yeah.
and they're the same fucking person.
Yeah, they're literally the same person.
Both of them, I had the satisfaction of it coming out that they are also awful people.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones where I was like, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew there was something. Now I have a reason to be
Yeah.
like, they're awful, but
I remember once saying at work, I was like, Anna Kendrick is like a really great actress to guys who like brew their own coffee and think that their stand-up comedy is like just about to take off.
sure.
And they always think she's like super sexy and like super perfect and like really funny. I like the Pitch Perfect films. I think those are a fun watch. I also quite liked her in Woman of the Hour. But she definitely, I see her in this very same energy as Emma Roberts.
They're the same person.
I like Wild Child. I think it's also because Emma Roberts' character is meant to be completely insufferable.
Sure. Yeah.
So you kind of watch it and you're like, yeah, she's fucking terrible, but she's also meant to be. It's also, if anyone is a connoisseur of late 2000s teenage girl sleepover movies, the girl who plays Kate in Wild Child, one of Emma Roberts' dorm mates, she plays the villain Slaggy Lindsay in Angus
Slaggy.
Thongs and Perfect Snogging, which is also the quintessential
I've
sleepover
seen that
film.
one. Yeah.
I read all the books when I was a kid. I watched that movie every weekend. Slaggy Lindsay is Kate.
Slaggy Lindsay is such a funny name.
So insane. Also, Slaggy Lindsay was not the villain. Can I just say, Georgia turned up out of nowhere, decided she wanted Slaggy Lindsay's boyfriend, and then thought Slaggy Lindsay was like evil for not breaking up with her boyfriend so Georgia could be with him.
Oh.
Right.
Normal behavior.
And then Georgia also just like effectively ruined Slaggy Lindsay's birthday party, and then was like, why is Slaggy Lindsay being such a bitch about it?
Justice for Slaggy Lindsay.
Slaggy Lindsay was not the villain that I'd have you believe she was.
No.
I'm sure she did a few nasty things in between there, but for the most part, I was like, Georgia's a bit of a cow, can't lie. She dressed up as an olive to a birthday party, and then got pissed when her friends didn't want to dress up as like cocktail sausages and like ham and like pineapple sticks. So anyway,
I could imagine you dressing up as an olive to a costume
100%,
party.
100%, and I would not have run away crying. I would have like fully worn
You
that.
would have revelled in the olivery.
Yeah, it literally would have been intentional, and nobody else would have dressed up as like a charcuterie board item, and I would have been like, good, because if somebody did, I would have felt like, oh, you're kind of like stealing my vibe.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I saw Wuthering Heights again, and then Friday night I saw a brilliant show. I had the pleasure of going to Bats Theatre and seeing Once Upon a Time in Homewood.
Yay.
So much fun. When I tell you, we laughed our asses off. We laughed so much. The set design was incredible. Blown away by that, might I add. So much fun. Just like the perfect Friday night. We had tea. We came and we watched it. It was quick. So we were at home in bed at a reasonable hour. Perfect.
I honestly, I had so much fun with that show. I loved getting to do it every night. I just,
Great.
the whole process, such a joy. It was one of the few shows that, I was like, I'm so excited to go to rehearsal tonight. You know, every night. I was just so thrilled.
So good.
Yeah, and it was very fun to do, very silly, very stupid. One of the things we said was like, normally if you do a show and you finish the show and you go out and there's the audience members there, your friends and family or whatever, if what they say is, you look like you were having fun up there. Insult.
Yeah.
No, famous insult.
Bad.
But I'm like, in this show, I would accept it.
And
Because we all having a lot of fun.
You did look like you're having fun, especially during the social network one. You and Cass looked like you were having the time of your lives, but like in a very positive way. Everyone involved in that performance, that whole show, did a great job. Jamie, Cass, and Matt wrote their asses off.
Yes, they did.
I will say they wrote some fantastic stuff there. It was like I was laughing in a genuinely caught off guard, laughing out loud.
Yeah.
And everyone did a fantastic performance. The shark,
Blahage.
Blahage, incredible. Blahage Oscar sweep incoming.
We love Blahage.
Um,
Blahage.
so yeah, that's me for what I've watched so far. And I've just had a great time.
Yay.
Beautiful. What about you, mate? What have you been into?
So I mean, obviously I've had a show to do, so I've not been taking in lots. In saying that though, I can't remember if I talked about the X-Men's Jazz last time.
Sound familiar?
No. So I read a book called, as starting with books, as per, I've read 3 books recently.
Well, then you said you didn't have time for much because you're doing a show and you read 3 fucking books.
There's always time for reading. There is always time for reading. That isn't meant to be a dig at anyone.
For me.
A lot of people are like, I just don't have time to read. I'm like, there's always time for reading. But it's fine. It's like I don't have time to exercise. There's always time to exercise, but whatever. X-Men's Jazz. Get myself out of this hole that I've dug. So, X-Men's Jazz by Ray Celestine, I think is how you say it. It is based on the X-Men of New Orleans, if you've heard of this. It was serial killer in 1919 kind of era. Killed people with an axe in New Orleans.
Not good.
What it does on the tin. But a really interesting serial killer, because there was one point where he wrote a letter and sent it to the newspaper, and the newspaper published it. And he basically said, he's like, I'm going to kill again on this night, like next Saturday, whatever. I'm going to kill again, but I will spare the house of anyone that is playing jazz music. If there is a jazz band playing, I will spare that house.
Oh.
And there were no murders that night.
Because everyone was like cranking out the jazz.
Yeah. So basically this is like a fictional look at what could have happened, what there was. I didn't like it as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
I find the story so interesting, and the serial killer himself such an interesting thing, because it's still unsolved. No one knows who he is. And I just found it took some weird liberties with it. Louis Armstrong was a character for some reason.
So true.
Yeah, very strange.
I'm on the moon. Did anyone know that meme? Where's this person being interviewed and they're like, what's a conspiracy theory that you believe? I'm pretty sure that's how it starts. And they're like, if the longest anyone's been able to hold their breath is like 2 minutes and 46 seconds, then how did Louis Armstrong go to the moon? And then it like cuts and it's Louis Armstrong's face on the moon. He's like, holy shit, I'm on the moon.
Please find this meme and share it
on
on
Instagram because I'm not doing it justice, but holy fuck.
After that, I read the next in my Stephen King chronological reread. I read Pet Sematary, which
you're gonna love the second one
with Clumsy Brown.
Clumsy Brown. He comes down the stairs shirtless.
Gun. Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck the book. Just give me Clumsy. Pet Sematary is a 5-star read. Not all, contrary to popular belief, not all Stephen King books are a 5-star read for me. They are, reserved. Pet Sematary is one of those. Pet Sematary has the distinction of being the only one of his books to scare the shit out of me. It was when I read it when I was maybe like 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. I think like 11. I think it was relatively early. And I just remember finishing the book, closing the book, turning off the light, and lying there staring at the ceiling with my blankets clutched up to my face. And any single noise that I heard, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's scary.
It does not have that power on me now, but I still love it.
It's like it's scary. It's a scary premise.
It's a scary premise. It's a great book. I really enjoy it. And after that, I read The Wild Party by Joseph Moncure March. So The Wild Party is an epic poem.
Okay.
And it was written in the 1920s and it was banned for ages. they then made, there's a whole story, I'm not going to go into it, but they made 2 different musicals out of the same source material that both came onto the Broadway, New York theatre circuit in 99 to 2000. Both of them completely unrelated to each other. One was Broadway, one was off Broadway. And I love both of those musicals equally. And I've been listening to the Broadway version. So they're generally known by the composers. So there's the Andrew Lipper Wild Party, or there's the Michael John LaChiusa Wild Party. LaChiusa is Broadway, Lipper off Broadway. And so I've been listening to the LaChiusa version a lot recently, which has like Mandy Patinkin in it, Toni Collette, Eartha Kitt, like just
Perfect.
It's great. It's great. Both of them really good. The Lipper one tends to be the more popular one. I love them both. So I reread the poem, which is it's an epic poem. So it's like how long is it? 112 pages. You know?
Yeah,
so it's
true.
not just a couple of snatches of verse. It is a story. I really like it. I love that it's so fun and it pushes so many things. And there's like queer characters in it, and
Love
there's
that.
characters of color, and there's like Jewish stereotypes, and there's all sorts of negative stuff in there as well. But I'm like, but there's also all sorts of positive stuff, and it's not even really like making commentary on this is good, this is bad. It's just like, here is a Jewish man, here is a lesbian character, here, yeah, I really like it.
Beautiful.
Movies.
Oh, here we go.
Let's go on to movies. Where were we? I talked about the Muppet Show last time. I think I talked about fucking Age of Consent last time.
Yes, you did.
Did I talk about Bone Temple 28 years later?
No, I think you were seeing it that night.
Yeah, right. Really enjoyed that.
Good.
I really enjoy 28 Days Later and all 28 Years Later. Didn't like 28 Weeks Later.
I don't think many people did.
No. But I thoroughly enjoyed both 28 Years Later films. It is, however, very concerning that Jack O'Connell is in it, and I still find him very attractive.
Even as one of the Jimmys?
Even as one of the Jimmys. And that is very concerning, but I can't fight. Maybe this is just who I am.
Who you are. I think Erin Kellyman is also in it. She plays one of the Jimmys, I think. I love Erin Kellyman.
Jack O'Connell, though, is just so charismatic and so charming. You also see Ralph Fiennes Willie.
True. Okay. I'll watch it tonight then.
There you go.
I might watch an A to Z New Man, actually.
Yeah, why not? No, really enjoyed it. A lot of fun. Just delightful and gory and awful and fun and
As it should be.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
We intended to go see it because we watched 28 Years Later at the cinema. But we didn't get in time to see
I think it's
Bone Temple.
I gave both of them 4 stars. But I almost gave this one 4.5. Like, I think it's the better one of the two.
Okay, we'll need to watch it.
Yeah. After that, watched Wuthering Heights. Less said, the better. And then rewatched Sinners.
Oh, yes, that's right. You had Karen, friend of the pod, come around.
Karen and Bree, our friends, came over. They had not seen it, so we just watched.
Thank you.
We watched Sinners with them, and oh my god, what a treat! And just like, it's one of those movies where I'm like, I just want to keep watching them to see how they react.
Yeah.
I still love it, even on the small screen. I say small screen. Our TV is
Your TV is enormous.
but it's still not a cinema.
Could be.
It could be.
It's not on the roof.
No, it's unlike the IMAX.
Like IMAX.
Shout out Cass,
Okay.
who thought the IMAX screen was on the dome above her. Anyway,
Could have been.
could have been.
Should have been.
Yeah, love it. And then we watched Marty Supreme.
Oh, yes, that's right.
So, this was for our Valentine's Day. So for our Valentine's Day,
You hadn't seen it yet.
no, I had a rehearsal. And then Jared came into town and we went to Marty Supreme and then we went out for dinner. And that was our little Valentine's Day.
Cute.
And then we went home and watched Married at First Sight.
Perfect.
With that,
I need to start that. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Marty Supreme, I did not have any interest in, really, because it's a sports movie and Timothy Chalamet's in it, and I don't really care for Timothy Chalamet. So I was very like, oh, okay. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought you would because I don't think the sport is the most interesting part of that film.
No one told me how chaotic it is and how all over the place it is.
There was a part where I was sitting there watching it, and I think it was when, and I don't want to give spoilers, so he and she turn up to the farmhouse.
Yeah.
I genuinely forgot that this was a sports film because I was literally so stressed that it was like, oh, that's right. It started to feel more like a thriller.
Yeah.
Partway through, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I thought it was a comedy. I was like,
it definitely was.
I was giggling and clapping my feet.
Clapping your feet.
So silly. Clapping my feet and kicking my hands.
My feet clapped. Hands kicked. Clapping my feet. You heard it here first. I am really, really glad that you enjoyed it.
Fran Drescher, I love her.
Brilliant.
She wasn't in it anywhere near enough, but...
Also, Gwyneth Paltrow.
I can't stand her.
But
I never liked her.
I think her role was apt.
Yes. But also, at the same time, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, you guys wanted Cate Blanchett and couldn't get Cate Blanchett.
I guarantee.
The whole time. But
also,
there was a lot of meta
Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary being there was...
How is this his first acting?
He did.
He was so good at it.
Really good. But I think it's because he was effectively playing himself just in another time period.
Yeah.
No, it was a really good... Also, Tyler, the Creator, being in it, he did a really good job as well.
I don't know who that is. But...
He was the friend that ended up with like the blood nose and the helping with the dog and that kind of thing. He's normally a rapper.
Oh, okay.
And I was pleasantly surprised by his performance in Scream. Yeah, no, it is actually a surprising... I don't think it's surprising for like film bros, because it's a safety film and it's A24.
Sure.
But I was surprised, I think, by how much I enjoyed it.
I had so much fun. I was expecting it to be like, I don't know, Godfather or something. Where I can tell that this is a very well made film, but I am not.
I personally don't care for
and
it.
I'm bored. But that's not how I felt. I was thoroughly engrossed.
Wow.
On the seat of my edge.
On the seat of my edge. Yeah. Being edged by my seat.
My seat edged me thoroughly.
Timothy Chalamet is edging me in the cinema. Edging me, Chalamet.
I would not like to be edged by Timothy Chalamet.
I won't comment.
Timothy Chalamet is not allowed near my genitals.
I feel like if...
I bet he's a stinky boy. He's someone I look at and I'm like, I think you're a stinky
probably
boy.
Pong. Yeah. Back in the day, back around his like Call Me by Your Name era, I would have been like, oh, he smells like expensive like cologne. Nowadays, with this whole like courtside wearing weird shit, I think he smells now.
Stinky boy.
Also, I feel like if I got within Koei of him sexually, he'd probably snap in half.
Yeah, that's true.
His bones look hollow.
That's true.
I'd be scared of I'd damage him.
Like a little bird.
I also look at him and I'm like, what do him and Kylie talk about?
Kylie?
Kylie Jenner. He and Kylie Jenner have been dating for 3 years.
Oh.
What do they talk about?
I barely know who Kylie Jenner is. Anyway, after that I watched the American remake of Speak No Evil.
Oh, fine. Is this your first time watching it?
My first time watching it.
My God. Oh my God.
James McAvoy, holy fuck.
Oh, woof.
I hate, like...
The bit where they pretend to give head under the table?
Yeah. I know, like, James McAvoy to me is a very Cass person. I know that he's someone that she particularly likes.
When I see him
as well.
When I see him, though, I think of Cass because I know that she's probably James McAvoy coded.
And he's one that I'm always like, oh yeah, he's pretty. But in this, when he's full, like, dadified, I'm like, oh, okay, actually, I'm liking this.
Him when he's full dad throughout the film, and then when he's, like, fucking insane. Like, oh, my God. Honestly, my sister and I saw it. We were the only ones in our cinema, which was good because I was making some inhumane noises.
Yeah.
There's, like, a bit where he's about to jump off, like, a rock ledge into the water, and he strips down to his undies, and he winks at the dad, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. There was several scenes where I'm like, are the two guys gonna fuck?
I wanted him and the other dad to tongue each other's buttholes.
Yeah. Take note, Wuthering Heights.
Oh, what are you talking about?
You know exactly what you're talking
Jake
about.
Morty and Martin Clunes.
Martin Clunes was excellent in Wuthering
Must-
Heights. He was the best thing about Wuthering
He
Heights. Anyway.
effectively played Doc Martin. He watched a lot of Doc Martin.
Yeah.
He played Doc Martin, and it was a perfect role for Doc Martin.
After that, I watched Predator Badlands. So I
yes.
have now seen all of the Predator films, and a Predator so cool.
You feeling like a predator? Not like that.
Excuse me. What?
Not like that.
What are you implying?
Not like that.
What?
Anyway,
How dare you?
he's seen on Predator.
The first review on Predator Badlands is Dan Trachtenberg knows how to make a good Predator. And then underneath it says, edit. Probably could have worded that better. But Predator Badlands has one of the cutest, like, creature characters
Oh, nice.
in cinema. Bud, I would die for her. I
Love
would
Bud.
kill for her. I love
Is
her.
that Elle Fanning?
No.
No.
No, so she's like an android robot
Oh,
kind of thing.
okay.
This creature is like a creature. Very cute. Love it.
Love it.
But really fun. I really like this new era of Predator
I've
films.
heard this one's really good.
The last three, Badlands, Killer of Killer, and Prey, so great.
Mm-hmm.
Almost makes up for all of the shit the fucking rest of the franchises.
Beautiful.
And then the other night we watched Labyrinth, because it is obviously the 40th anniversary this year.
Fun. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Really?
I've seen Pan's Labyrinth.
Well, very different.
Okay.
Not related in the least. Ed had never seen it either, so we watched it.
Shout out, Ed.
Shout out, Ed. Here's your obligatory shout out. So yeah, we watched it, and I'm like, fuck, I love this movie. I love it.
This is quite good.
It's a core movie of my childhood.
David Bowie's said to be quite like confusing shit, like sexually.
The thing with David Bowie is that he is very bulgy throughout the whole thing.
That's it. I heard like
very,
he
very
like
bulgy.
wiener.
Oh, throughout the whole thing.
But he acts wiener forward.
Because they were like, you know what we should put in this kid's movie?
David
Bowie's
cock.
schlong.
David Bowie's cock and balls.
Yeah.
Got its own billing. It was
Yeah.
billed above
It
David
is,
Bowie.
It is very present.
Yeah.
But I fucking love that movie. Great movie.
Yeah.
Weird movie. Awesome.
I feel like a lot of the movies from like our kind of childhoods,
Yeah.
you think back on it and you're like, what the hell was
Yeah.
that? Like sometimes when I try to think of Neverending Story, I genuinely can't remember what happened
Yeah.
because it was so batshit insane.
But one thing about Labyrinth. I do not remember a time when I had not seen this film. I would have first watched it when I was 3 or 4, probably. Like I grew up on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I would have watched it. It was on VHS, so it was one of those ones that I would watch after school, sort of 5 days in a row. You know, it is. I don't know how often I've seen this film, but if someone said you have seen it 100 times, I would not be surprised,
Mm-hmm.
right? When I watched it 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed on the wall at the back of the main character's room, there is a poster of Patti LuPone in Evita.
Oh my god.
And I had never noticed
Oh
this
my
before.
God.
And I
This is a sign.
lost my shit. I was like,
This is a sign.
my girl's there.
Patty!
How's this Patty? Jared and Ed were like, okay. I'm like, no, you don't get it.
No, you don't. What do you mean, okay? Patti LuPone is literally
Patti
in fucking
fucking
Labyrinth. And you're saying okay?
I like flipped a table. I
Yeah.
just, you know,
So
lost
valid.
my shit.
So valid.
It was a very exciting moment for me and me alone.
It means a lot.
And then today, Jared and I are a little bit hungover because I was a little bit hungover. Jared wasn't. Walked our way to the embassy to watch Dracula.
Fun.
Because the Embassy Theatre is showing the Universal Monster movies for the next sort of month and a bit. And so Dracula was the first one. Such a treat to watch it on the big screen.
Beautiful.
I fucking love that movie. And there was like a kid sat next to us who was maybe like 13, 12, something like that. And he was by himself and he just started chatting to us.
Cute.
And I'm like, he was so excited, and he was this chubby guy, and I'm like, it's me. It's
me.
It's me.
It's
You and
you as
me.
a child.
I was very excited. And then there was this like dad and his 8-year-old son, And I was like, oh man, to have your first experience of Dracula, to see it on the embassy screen.
It is massive.
That's so cool.
Oh, shout out to those kids.
Yeah, right? My first experience of Dracula was Dad and I watching it at home, and we had food poisoning, so we had to pause it to throw up every 5 minutes.
There are two ends of the Dracula spectrum. Both very spooky.
Look,
that is a
scary in their own way.
Spooky screening.
I was like, oh, Dad, I don't feel well. And he's like, you're going to school tomorrow. And then I ran and threw up, and then I came out and Dad was throwing up off the porch, and I was like, do I still have to go to school?
That is such a dad move. You go to school tomorrow.
Go to school tomorrow.
Oh.
I didn't go to school tomorrow.
There you go.
So that's my movies. So
Very
Elsie,
nice.
why are we here? What are we doing? How would you define it?
Oh, great questions all around. Ones I've asked myself every day.
Very well phrased.
Every day for 27 years. So what is a silver fox? So a silver fox is, by definition of this podcast, somebody over the age of 45 who has grey hair or might be dyeing their grey hair or really just has grey hair energy. They predominantly act in film. Gender does not come into question. We don't care how you identify as long as we can objectify. But most importantly, they're fuckable. To us.
Gotta be hot.
To us, the bare minimum, right?
Yeah.
Like we could be the only.
It's one of us.
One of us has to find them sexy.
Generally, it's both of us.
Most of the time, it's me.
Except, famously, controversially, the Kevins.
Yeah. If their name starts with Kevin, guaranteed only one of us likes them.
Yeah. But the one that likes them will be rabid about it.
Yeah, and it'll be weird. So, my silver fox that I have picked for this episode is the one and only Mr. Tim Curry.
The King of Kings.
King of Kings.
Excellent shout. One that we knew was coming at some point.
So gorgeous.
He's just so likable.
I will say, excitingly enough, literally, so I announced Tim Curry as a fox literally that week. I'm on YouTube. He has done a video very recently with, I don't even know who it's with. I will share it on our social media. But he's done a video basically going back through some of his most iconic roles.
Variety or something, one of those, yeah.
And he's added, there's like a museum or archive that has got like archival pieces from his most iconic roles, and he talks to them. And still, like, to this day, he has the most wicked sense of humour. He's the most charismatic man ever. So I was just watching it and I was like, okay, yeah, this is why I'm in love with you. Yeah. Because you're so handsome, so charismatic, so beautiful. Yeah. Love Tim Curry.
So, you obviously picked, so you get to talk about your film first. Mm-hmm. So, what is your film and why is it The Wild Thornberrys?
Okay, well, when everyone was going through that phase where they were like, Nigel Thornberry, I love Nigel Thornberry, and it was a meme, like it was a joke for people that was serious to me. I saw that man and I said, I want him. Actually, no, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Debbie Thornberry. I wanted to be Debbie.
No, I always loved Nigel Thornberry.
I wanted to be Donnie. I wanted to be
one of my favourite moments in Wild Thornberrys ever is there's an episode where Nigel Thornberry damages his back and he has to be like strapped to a table all the time. And there's just one bit he goes, Marianne, could you feed me my peas? My favourite.
The Wild Thornberrys was a classic. Yeah. It was so good. What was the monkey called? Darwin. And I was obsessed with Debbie. I thought Debbie was just like the greatest thing since sliced bread. I wanted to be her. I wanted to dress like her. I thought she was insanely cool. So the only reason I didn't pick that, even though there is a Wild Thornberrys movie, is I was just like, I feel like he's more well known for the TV series. Yeah. And this is about film.
Sure.
So I couldn't pick it. So instead I picked another incredibly reasonable and normal film that people would be like, oh yes, I would expect you to think a character in that film is sexy. I picked the 1982 John Huston film Annie.
I've still never seen it.
I picked Orphan Annie.
Okay.
I will say, I realised watching this that I had never seen an Annie film before. I've seen it on stage. Yeah. Seen the stage production. I'd never seen the film, so it was my first time watching it. Can I say...
It's him and Bernadette Peters as well. What a pairing.
Yes, so he and Bernadette Peters play a couple. His sister is Carol Burnett. And like Daddy Warbucks is Albert Finney. Like it is a good film, can I say?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Oh.
There's like some questionable stuff. Danny Warbucks' like bodyguard is called Punjab, and he's an Indian man that wears like a turban and
Sure.
like Indian, like like military dress.
Sure.
He's played by a like Jamaican man, I think. And he also seemingly has magic powers because he can make things levitate and like heal things. So he's meant to be like this kind of like a magical character. And there was like a few things I was like, ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
So acknowledging that,
Punjab aside.
Annie,
We are not making that the title of this episode, I'll tell you that.
Annie in this was so cute. Like,
Okay.
she was such a cutie. And all of the little orphan girls were such cuties. Like, I was looking at them and I was like, gee, they had pipes on them. Like, it was such, like, it was fun. It was fun. I was like, this is like the quintessential Annie film where I'm like, if I had watched this as a kid, I would have just been obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So Tim Curry plays Rooster Hannigan, the brother of Miss Hannigan, and he is slimy and he is conniving and he is scheming, and his girlfriend is Bernadette Peters, and he has this like slicked down hair and this little pizzle mustache. He wears a fake mustache over his real mustache.
Of course.
And I was just captivated by him because like his whole thing is he's meant to be charismatic. That's how he like schemes people. And I was like, as I was watching, I was like, this is an insane pick, because he's also not in it for like a huge amount of the film. But every time I just looked at like stills of him from this movie, I'm like,
and it's just like watching him sing and dance is just a treat.
When they do their song and dance number,
Easy Street. Yeah.
It's so perfect. And like he's twirling Bernadette Peters round. There's a bit where he's like on all fours and she like does this. She's standing on two chairs and they push the chairs apart, so she does a full split, and then she like ends up on top of Tim Curry's back and he's like crawling with her on his back.
Oh my God.
There's also a bit where I thought he and Carol Burnett were going to kiss, and then I was like, no, they're brother and sister. But it was a little bit magenta and riff-raff. Poignant. But no, it's just one of those good Tim Curry performances. And then there's this bit where he's like chasing Annie around because he's like trying to kill her, and he's just crazed and evil and cruel, and oh God. It was a great performance.
I think the thing with Tim Curry is that just no matter what role he's in, he is so charismatic.
Yeah.
He just oozes charisma.
Yeah.
I remember, like, when did you first know who he was? Like, when were you like, I know that guy?
I actually think the first Tim Curry film I saw, which is insane, is I think it was because he voiced Barbie in the Nutcracker.
Yes.
But I don't think I knew that was Tim Curry. I genuinely think Rocky Horror Picture Show for me, because I watched that when I was like 7.
Yeah.
I was like really young watching it, and I remember that was like Tim Curry, and then after that, every time I would see him in something, I'd be like, oh, like Frankenfurter.
Yeah.
What about you?
So for me, it would have been Muppet Treasure Island as
because it is your favourite Muppet film,
primary,
is it not?
yes. That's my primary point of reference for Tim Curry. But the first time that I remember being like, oh, that's
Tim Curry,
rather than just Long John Silver, was him in Charlie's Angels.
Yes.
Because I remember watching Charlie's Angels being like, this guy is in everything.
He's everywhere.
And then I found out that he was also in Muppets Treasure Island. You know, I collected that it was the same person, and also Home Alone 2, and, you know, all of that.
And what isn't he in?
Yeah.
He's also in, obviously, It.
Yeah.
He plays an iconic portrayal of Pennywise. And the iconic scene where he is in the library tormenting Richie Tozier with the balloons.
Yeah.
He is one of the greatest actors of all time.
He is excellent.
And we talk about, you know, proficiency in something being sexy, and especially when they're like one of the greatest actors, his ability to just manifest into any role he is given.
Yeah.
So sexy. And then this is why I loved that video that I watched of him recently, because hearing him talk about it, he talks about acting like he is so passionate about
Yeah.
it, and you can tell, and there's something about he can act like he's ringing a bell. Like it's just, it comes so naturally to him, and him talking about it and how, you know, exciting it is, and how he's got these little anecdotes of things like you might not know. And then watching these archivists get like giddy, getting to talk to Tim Curry about these things, it's like, it is just so incredible. So yeah, no, watching Annie, he brings that same kind of energy that he does to any role, but I just think he was so fit. So fit with his seedy little mustache. And it might have been because, you know, he had the big eyes and the little pizzle mustache, and he kind of looked a little bit like Steve Buscemi.
Maybe.
Maybe that's it.
That could be it.
What film did you watch, Mike?
Okay.
Oh, God.
So, there comes a time in your life
Yeah.
when you have to make a choice between doing what is good and right and true and doing something for the bit.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think I know what you picked.
So I went for the bit.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
looked at his output, and I was like, okay, there are at least two things that are immediately jumping out. But let me look a little bit further, because I could just go for these two things and I would be perfectly happy, and everyone would be like,
Normal.
solid choices. But I looked up pictures, and then I saw one picture, and I was like, what's this from? And I looked it up, and I saw the name of this thing, and I was like, okay.
Okay, I don't know what you
I
picked.
have to watch this thing that I have not seen before.
Oh, God.
And then I watched the thing, and I'm like, oh, I regret it. I regret it. He's still a little bit sexy. He is still sexy, full stop. But he is also super sleazy, super slimy. His accent is all over the place. He does sexually assault a nun.
What did you watch? I don't know what you watched at all.
I went to 1996. I watched a mini-series of 2 episodes. Titanic, the 1996 mini-series.
On what planet? What does the Titanic have to do with sexually assaulting a nun?
He did it. He did it.
I'm Googling Tim Curry Titanic, because what are we actually smoking? Mike.
This movie also has Catherine Zeta-Jones and Peter Gallagher.
Oh my God. It is so on brand for you. It's actually unbelievable.
Right.
The tagline, they said it was unsinkable.
Let me tell you, this is the, I think this is the 4th or the 5th adaptation of Titanic that I have seen.
He's got a hell of a mustache on him, I'll tell you.
He's kind of hot though, right?
Oh, he's 100% hot.
Yeah. So yeah, this is maybe the 4th or the 5th adaptation of Titanic that I have seen, and it is by far the worst. It is.
You need to make a list on like Letterboxd of like all the adaptations you've seen, so we know which ones to steer clear of.
So yeah, sometimes he's Irish. Sometimes he's
Like somebody else I know.
fuck you. My Irish is consistent.
No, your Irish was really good.
Yeah, sometimes he's Irish, sometimes he's like Cornish. He's just
Perfect.
all over the place. So he plays a fictional character who is like the villain of the piece.
Yes.
Simon Doonan, I think is his name. And he's part of the crew. And like a thief comes on board. And the thief and him and Tim Curry like work together to steal things from everyone. And the nun is like the thief's romantic interest. She's on her way to a convent. She's not like a nun yet, but you know,
She's soon to be nun.
she's on her way to be a nun. And he is just so slimy, and he's like going on and on about stealing a diamond tiara, and he escapes the Titanic by dressing as a woman.
So perfect.
And It's just.
And then he's like, I feel like I'm going to move to a castle and do this some more.
It's honestly, I regret it.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours and 40 minutes because I watched one where they'd edited both parts of the miniseries
perfect.
together. So they obviously edited out credits. So it was 2 hours and 40 minutes, which coincidentally is how long it took the Titanic to sink. 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Quite good.
Yep.
Love that you know that as well.
But the whole time I was like, I could be watching James Cameron's Titanic. I could be watching Titanic the musical. I could be watching A Night to Remember. I could be.
Have you seen the TV series The Titanic Sinks Tonight?
No.
Oh, well, that's been on TVNZ. You should watch it on TVNZ Plus. It's people like pretending to be
in the Atlantic, the wet Atlantic, Titanic sinks tonight.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's people. It's actors playing like passengers on the Titanic, and they're like, I was awoken in me bunk. Okay, we're not doing this. But if we're allowed to do this, I think I'm allowed to do Twin Towers 4 tonight.
Yeah. Maybe.
Cut the mic. Anyway.
No. So yeah, that's what I watched.
Of course.
I regret it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones, it was her like first sort of major kind of role.
I'm sure she was really glad she did it.
Steven Spielberg saw it, and it's what convinced he convinced the director to cast her in Zorro. Like he was like,
so if we didn't have this fuck-ass Titanic thing, we wouldn't have the sexiest Catherine Zeta-Jones performance known to man.
Yeah. So.
Okay. We'll let it slide.
I'm glad I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tim Curry was hot in it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I should have gone for one of my two options that were like top of my mind this one. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Which probably leads us quite nicely to
speaking of honourable
mentions. Yeah. So I think for me, there's like an obvious one, and then
Oh, sorry. Can I just say one of my favourite quotes? Tim Curry didn't say it. Just one of the favorite. I lost it when this woman said it. She was like, "They're dancing the tango. We haven't even finished the first course." Anyway.
Okay, so I will say we have to talk about Rocky Horror, because we
have to talk about Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror. That was absolutely, and I feel like if I had picked it as my main film, it would have just been obvious.
I feel like for both, we all know that is technically the film. That's it.
Of all time.
That's the choice.
And it's such a sexy performance. And it's like, regardless of how you feel about a man in fishnets and a corset.
Which we all should feel.
We all should feel
certain particular.
Very strongly about men in fishnets and corsets.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
Even if that doesn't ring your bell, the performance.
Yeah.
It is just like, I can make you a man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I always knew. Okay, so like I said, I watched Rocky Horror really young. The scene where he goes into Janet's room and like picks her up and like, because this is the thing, goes into the room. Yes, there's like a little bit of like, he's tricking them, and then it's revealed that it is Frankenfurter, and they're like, no, like absolutely not. And then he's like, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the end, you see Brad sitting on the edge of the bed having a cigarette, and sexy.
Hot.
Sex personified.
Yeah. Also, Tim Curry's legs.
Oh my God.
Just Tim Curry's legs. It's the way during Sweet Transvestite, when he sits in a chair and he throws his leg over and crosses them, and you're just like, them pins.
What I'm saying about wearing fishnets is, if you don't have leg hair poking through the fishnets, take the fuckers off.
It's like that meme that's like a bunch of fishermen and one of them gets caught in the net. He's like, help, and the other guys are like, is it just me, or is Dave looking kind of hot?
Yeah. They're looking kind of sexy.
Yeah.
It's true. The other film that I was seriously considering of doing a twofer and doing like a Mike special and watching two films. I was also going to include Clue.
Of course.
I still need to watch Clue. I've not watched it.
Have you not seen it?
No. And I'm really interested to know, if I watch it on streaming, what ending I will get, because famously when it was released in cinemas, there were 4 endings you could have gotten. So I'm very curious to see.
I think you should watch Clue.
Yeah.
But I think you should watch Clue with like your sister. It is a movie that benefits from having multiple people there.
Yeah, okay.
Make it a party.
Make it a little bit of fun.
If you want to hear how I feel about Clue, I love Clue. But if you want to hear a little bit more about it, it is the very first Mixed Bag episode that I ever did. I brought them Clue. So
Fun.
you can listen to me, Kath, Jamie, Matt talking about Clue from a couple of years ago.
Fun. I will try to find it and like link it to this episode when I do the upload. So for me, it was going to be Rocky Horror and Clue, and then obviously Barbie and the Nutcracker.
Obviously.
Without a doubt.
What else would you pick?
Because all you need is his voice.
Yeah.
You just need to sit there, close your eyes, listen to the voice, and you're there.
Yeah.
How about you, Mike? What were your honourable mentions?
Rocky Horror is there. But the one that I was immediately when you said Tim Curry, I was like, I'm going to do this. Muppets Treasure Island.
Oh, without a doubt.
He is very sexy in there, and he is also giving an incredible performance. He is. So the whole thing with him is that obviously he's the villain of the piece, but he also cares so much about Jim Hawkins, and he genuinely wants Jim Hawkins to be like with him and be his sort of son figure, right? And it's just like, it's so silly because it's a fucking silly Muppet movie.
It's a Muppet movie.
But he gives such a
he plays it.
Committed performance in every single aspect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, actually, there is some genuinely moving stuff in here.
Yeah. In this variety video I've been mentioning quite a lot, he talks about his performance in Muppet Treasure Island. He talks about it so fondly.
That's a great... Also, so have you heard what my Muppets Treasure Island tradition is?
No.
So there's a group of us going... Now, this hasn't happened for about 2 years, but I think we're reinstating it. But we've had a couple of years off. We've had a tradition going back to 2016, 2017. We watched Muppets Treasure Island as a group. We dress up as pirates. We do all the things. So we watched it. Watched it the first year. Great. The second year we watched it. And we were so giddy we watched it again. We watched it twice in one day. So then the third year we watched it 3 times in a row. And the fourth year we watched it 4 times in a row. Fifth year, 5 times in a row. I think we've like 5 is the limit. I don't think we're doing any more. 5's the limit. But we do it differently. So we watch it the first time, and then we assign characters, and everyone like sings along and plays the character along with them, and we just do all sorts of funny little things.
I love that.
It is one of my favourite traditions. I've missed it when we've just been too busy the last couple of years. But so Muppet Treasure Island holds a very special place in my heart. I love it. And I think he is very, very sexy.
He is. He's very sexy.
He's so...
Pirates are also sexy.
Pirates are sexy. And he's singing, which is sexy. And he is nasty and selfish, which is kind of sexy. But then he's also quite caring and big-hearted at other points, which is also kind of sexy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't trust you. And yet...
I want you.
I would give you my heart.
I'd give him more than my heart. Give him my fart.
Yeah.
Not what was that?
It was weird.
Oh, that's not.
So yeah, I would say, but also Rocky Horror.
You can't really get past it, can you?
Really get past Rocky Horror. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So it's time for the part where if we know any facts about our fox off the top of the dome, we will share them. But if we don't, we go to IMDb, where we read the most dog shit facts about our fox. They're always really, really bad, but that's perfect.
Can I actually say one more kind of honourable mention? Not because he's super sexy in it, but just in terms of how great he is. He has a cameo in Will and Grace.
Oh, true.
And it is so there is a whole thing with Karen Walker, Megan Mullally, is marrying Lyle Finster, who's played by John Cleese.
Okay.
And Tim Curry plays John Cleese's brother, which is great casting.
That's perfect casting.
And it is
both insane as each other.
It's like a 2-part episode. And so he is so funny in it. But one of my favourite things is she's like, oh, so what's your name? And he goes, Marion. And she goes, sorry, what? And he goes, Marion. What's your name? Marion. And it's just the whole thing. Him just saying Marion the whole time with this little face. So good.
So perfect.
And then there's this bit immediately after the wedding. He's congratulating them and he grabs Megan Mullally and he makes out with her.
That should be me.
And then he grabs John Cleese and makes out with him. It's just so...
I should be watching
It's
it.
so funny. Anyway, sorry. I do have some curry facts off the dome, if you do not.
No, you go ahead. I don't.
Because obviously I have recently read his autobiography, which I talked about when I read it. So one of them is Batman the Animated Series. Obviously known as one of the best animated TV shows of all time. And one of the best Batman adaptations of all time. One of my favourite shows. Obviously starring Kevin Conroy as Batman and Mark Hamill as the Joker. Iconic, legendary performances. Did you know that Tim Curry was originally playing the Joker?
Oh, shit.
So he did the first, I think, 2 episodes. But there was one producer that was like, it's not working. I don't like him in the role. And so they recast and put Mark Hamill in the role. And Mark Hamill is, I've heard you can see the Tim Curry episode. I think that it's on, I've seen it. I think it's on YouTube with him doing the voice. And it's not as good as Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is just perfect.
He's just good at it, yeah.
But so I think there is still, in one episode, he is like a background character doing another thing, right? So he is still there.
This is look back.
Yeah, and the other one is, he is famously very, very private, and no one knows his sexuality.
Love that.
No clue.
And why would you need to know?
Why would you need to?
Because, like we said, we don't care how you identify. That can also mean your sexuality.
It just means that everyone gets to fantasize and think they have a chance.
Yeah, and we all do. Until he says otherwise. It says here on IMDb that apparently Princess Diana was a huge fan of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and she told him, "Thank you for completing my education." Love that.
Considers his role in The Hunt for Red October to be one of his least memorable, with no room for his normal flair. He does, however, appreciate the residuals it generates, as it is his most often repeated film on TV.
Oh. Apparently he was offered the chance to reprise his famous role as Pennywise in It 2017, but he turned it down. He later praised Bill Skarsgård as a great choice for the role.
Bill Skarsgård is very good.
Oh my goodness, he auditioned for the role of Judge Doom in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh!
But was rejected at the audition for being too terrifying.
That doesn't
role instead went to his Clue co-star Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd as Judge Doom is terrifying.
One of the scariest things ever.
Scary. The scene where he dips the shoe in the tune dip, and then his eyes are like bulging. If Tim Curry had played Judge Doom, I probably would not have been able to watch it as much as I did as a child.
Was considered for the role of Beast in Beauty and the Beast, but ended up playing the role of Forte in the sequel. He's great as Forte.
Despite being widely known for his terrifying performance as Pennywise the Clown in It 1990, Curry has suffered a debilitating case of coulrophobia, fear of clowns, most of his life. His contract explicitly stated that while on set there were to be no reflective surfaces within sight of him while he was in makeup, and a makeup tech was very nearly fired for having a makeup mirror in his hand while Curry was having his makeup applied.
Oh my god. Has played John Cleese's brother in Will and Grace and John Cleese's sister in Over the Garden Wall.
Love that. He has no interest in being cast in conventional leading man roles. So true.
He was in mind for 2 villain roles in the late 1980s, Judge Doom and the Joker. Ultimately, both of the roles were played by someone else.
Was considered for the role of Scar in Lion King. Yeah. He was also considered for the role of Jafar in Aladdin. Turned down the role of Mitzi Del Bra in The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which went to Hugo Weaving.
Oh.
If he was in Priscilla, I think that would have had
changed.
It would have changed the course of my life.
He is a big fan of the Scooby-Doo franchise, which is how he got the role of Ben Ravencroft in Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. He was offered another role in Scooby-Doo 2002 as Mondavarius, but turned down the role after learning that Scrappy-Doo was in the film because, like many fans of the franchise, he did not like Scrappy-Doo.
So true. Scrappy-Doo haters rise up. Apparently he was Tim Burton's second choice for the role of the Joker in Batman 1989, sorry.
What is this? Had a dog named Frank.
So true. One of his favourite movies is the horror film Don't Look Now, 1973.
Obviously, had a massive stroke in 2012, which, he cannot walk, he cannot use one of his hands, and he struggles with speech, but he, taught himself how to talk again. He couldn't talk for ages, and he managed to get it back, and just so incredible.
This video I've been waxing lyrical about it's a recent video, so it's recorded after his stroke. And like Mike said, he's now in a wheelchair. And his speech has been impacted, but just true to who he is as a person. His charisma just shines through, and he can still do great accents. His ability to do accents is still there.
Wasn't in Titanic, I'll tell you that.
Well, there you are. Or maybe that's how good he is. He could do multiple in one go.
Maybe.
That's what you want. Okay, so it's time to do our Punnett Square.
Yes,
where we drop a grid and we say, along the x-axis it's fucks doesn't fuck, y-axis knows what sex is, doesn't know what sex is. And this is not about our fox, it's about the character they play in the movie that we picked. And even if we see them, that they have kids in the film or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean they fuck, right? It's a real state of mind. It's a real energy about them. So I'm gonna say Rooster Hannigan from Annie knows what it is. And I reckon he and Bernadette Peters are getting freaky.
I reckon so.
You watch them do Easy Street and you're like, they're all over each other. Yeah. He's so nasty and freaky, 100%.
Yeah.
He and Bernadette Peters, it's morning, noon and night.
Yes.
So there's no doubt in my mind. What about what's his face?
Simon
McGuigan or whatever.
God, considering what he does in the film, unfortunately, I'm going to say he does fuck and he does know what it is.
We wish
he should be in jail for it.
Yeah, we 100%
I hate it. Yeah, it's awful.
Yuck. Okay.
Don't waste your time, team. Don't waste your time with that one.
Time for arguably the most exciting part of the show, where Mike tells us who the next fox is.
Yep. So I know exactly who I'm doing.
Unlike me, who always takes 500 years to pick.
So I am picking someone who we have discussed many times before. We both adore this person.
We're bringing Steve Buscemi back.
And I would say 95% of you would also adore this person.
Oh.
Maybe even higher. Could be as high as 99. I have never seen a single person that doesn't like this person. Inspired by recent events, we are going to discuss the late, the great Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, beautiful. Oh.
The Queen. The Queen herself.
Oh, such a great pick.
As soon as I was like, next choice, it's got to be Catherine O'Hara.
I'm going to cry really hard watching my film, and then I'm going to be like, she's so sexy.
I know. But we love her.
Yeah, we do. Great pick.
Yeah.
Great pick.
I'm pretty sure 99% of people love her, as evidenced by the immense outpouring over her death.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. There's a great pick. I'm very excited.
I'm so excited to watch some Cathy O'Hara films. I love her.
Okay, so we'll start by doing our Letterboxd usernames and rankings. So if you want to find me on Letterboxd, I am DixieNormus69, DIXIENORMOUS69. 1 through 6 were taken.
And what are you giving Annie?
Okay, this is a star for Punjab, because what were we doing there, guys?
What were we-
I get that it was 82, but let's be serious.
82 is too late for
Too late for that behavior, that kind of carry on. I will say it was fun. Like,
Okay.
don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun. The performances were great. It seems like a film, like I think I said, if I had seen it when I was young, I would have just watched
All
the
over
heck
it,
out of it.
yeah.
I would have had it on video, and I would have played it at my nana's house like every
Yeah.
time we were there. I'm gonna give it 3.5.
Okay.
I think, yeah, it was a fun film. The great cast.
Yeah.
And those little child actors put their heart and soul into it. Also, can I add, I don't know what's going on, but all their shoes were super clicky. So every time they walk, it's just like tap-tapping
I
on
love
it.
that.
And it's great ASMR.
Yeah.
Every time they were walking anywhere, I was literally sitting there like, oh my God, because it's just great
I love when I
ASMR.
have some clippy cloppy shoes on.
Literally,
I love a clippy cloppy shoe.
Clippy shoes. My coworker who sits next to me, he wears these boots, and whenever he walks beside me on like tile or like stone or something, I always say like, "Oh, you got your high heels on," but secretly I love the sound of it because it's
Yeah.
so clippy cloppy. Because I exclusively wear sneakers to work. So yeah, no, there's probably an extra star in there, just maybe the half stars for the clippy cloppy shoes.
Sure.
So everyone watch Annie so you can get some ASMR.
Nice.
How about you? What are you rating fucking
Titanic, 1996, which is also the year before James Cameron's Titanic came out.
So really, James Cameron was reheating Tim Curry's nachos, I think.
I'm giving Titanic 1996 a generous 2.5.
Wow, 2.5.
A generous. It's close to being a 2. Maybe it's a 2. It might be a 2.
Could be a 2.
But then it's still probably generous.
I think I redacted a star or half a star for Caligula.
I feel like whenever we say it, like, it's subject to change.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to say 2.
I think that's valid.
Yeah. Fuck.
And what's your level?
Oh, and my Instagram and my letterbox, they're the same thing. You can find me on both. One Het Matter, that's ONEHATMADDER. Stole that from a Batman comic.
Thanks, Batman. We'll
Thanks,
give it back
Batman.
when we're done with it. If you want to get us on other social media,
Yes.
we have an Instagram. It is at the Silver Fox Office, and we also have an email address, thesilverfoxoffice@gmail.com, where you can suggest us foxes, ask to be on the show, tell us we're pretty. We also said last episode, we're like, oh, does anyone want to hear us do like a bonus episode where we do a Knives Out film?
Like casting, like we did for
Casting
Lotus.
and writing a script. And friend of the pod, greatest person on earth, Katrina, she messaged me and she was like, yeah, you have to do that. So
Nice.
we're doing it. We just
We'll do
need
it.
one person.
Yeah, great.
We need one person, we're doing it.
Has anyone said that they want us to do a challenges commentary? Was that what we were
I don't think anyone said yes to that, but I said yes to
I
that
said
in my
yes.
heart.
Yeah.
So we're doing it.
doing?
We're
Great.
doing it. All right.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
well,
I'll
I
get
guess
it out.
now it is. I'll get it out. I'll
I'll
whip
get
it
it
out,
out.
says Elsie.
It's coming out.
Obviously, we have discussed him so far this pod, so that's
God.
great. Sometimes we don't, but our main man, Steve Buscemi,
Hi, Steve.
who we love.
Can I say, we were doing the stuff quiz the other day at work, and the first question was like, which one of these people was considered for the role of the Joker in, like, it's not the Joker, sorry, the Riddler in Batman before it went to Jim Carrey? And one of the options was Steve Buscemi. And somebody was like, oh, maybe Steve. And I was like, if it was, I would know about it.
It's Robin Williams.
Next. And I said, it's probably Robin Williams.
It's Robin
Seems like it is. But I was like, I can tell you in my heart, soul, bum, and whole, that it is not Mr. Steve Buscemi.
He actually came up, and I was watching a Elijah Wood thing today, and they were asking, like, what actors inspire you? And he said Steve Buscemi.
I'm inspired by
Because
it.
he just wants to he just has fun and wants his career to be fun and interesting.
And
Like,
he
great.
he knows how to pick a film.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't looked at it.
We're finding out our Buscemi number. So this is obviously inspired by the Kevin Bacon number. So this is, what's your Buscemi number? So if they've got a number of 1, they have been in a film together and they have 100% explored each other's bodies.
Without a doubt.
If they are in, like, if it's a Buscemi number of 2, then there's like some sort of connection between them, and they possibly have explored each other's bodies.
So very exciting last time with Helen Mirren, and we squealed and squawked about it. They had been in a film together. They'd been in Monsters University together.
Yeah.
We lost our shit.
We did.
So now we need to figure out if Steve and Tim have been in a film together and if they've explored each other's bodies.
Okay, so this is the thing. They're both character actors that do pick weird and quirky things, right? How many films have multiple of those characters in it? You know what I mean? Often it's like one of them.
I'm trying to think.
But I could also see them doing voice acting.
Because one day we're going to have one where it's going to be like, oh, obviously, and we weren't doing it at the time, but like James Gandolfini would have been an obvious one for Steve Buscemi.
Sure.
One day we're going to have one where we're going to be like, oh, obviously we know they've been in a film together. But this one, I'm like, I genuinely feel like there's one.
Yeah.
And I just don't know it yet.
Should we say one?
I'm saying one.
I'm going to say one as well.
I have to follow my heart.
Oh, it's going to be two. But I'm going to say one.
It's two.
Fuck.
So they have a Steve Buscemi number of two. So far, first link, Tim Curry's been in the Rocky Horror Picture Show Let's Do the Time Warp Again, which is a 2016 live one, with Laverne Cox, who was in Animal Farm with Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
I did not know she did Animal Farm with Steve Buscemi, but I need to watch it. I'll see if they have a different link. Oh, they have another link. We'll just do two. Tim Curry was in The Voyages of Young Dr. Dolittle.
Excuse me.
With Dana Fineglass Furman spelled Phirman, who was in Monsters University with Steve Buscemi.
Of course.
Everyone knows Dana Fineglass Furman. What the hell is that? Love her. Yeah.
So listen to us next time for our Dana Fineglass Furman episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt. Okay.
Well,
they've maybe explored each other's bodies.
Maybe we can't confirm or deny, but I mean, we wouldn't be surprised.
That Animal Farm film came out last year.
Oh,
animated fantasy comedy adventure film based off the book by George Orwell. I wouldn't call that book a fantasy comedy adventure.
I mean, kind of. There have been children's adaptations of it before.
Oh, Andy Serkis directed it.
Oh.
Woof. Andy Serkis made
Andy Serkis.
Woof. Oh my god.
Anyway.
Random. Sorry. Seth Rogen is Napoleon.
LC, back to the podcast. Back to the
Glenn
podcast.
Close is in it. I'm sorry. I'm completely thrown by this. Woody Harrelson? Anyway. Steve Buscemi plays Mr. Whimper.
I feel like our burgers are probably in the next one.
Our burgers are calling our name, by the way. Okay, anyway.
We love you, Steve.
Love you, Steve.
We will both try and watch Animal Farm.
No, we won't.
All right.
Love you, Tim.
Love you, Tim.
More than anything on this planet.
Oh, no, before we go, I do have to show you.
Oh, God.
So...
Picture of him with his top off?
No, before we watch Muppet Treasure Island, we always put this on.
Oh, God. Is it your Muppet Treasure Island shirt?
You've got to hit play.
He's so tea.
And the other one is, have you seen Tim Curry saying space?
No.
These are just two very important things that if we didn't say them, I feel like people would complain. So this is the other one. This is from a video game where it's like Tim Curry is like there's just video of him and he's sort of reacting to what you do. Space. So I just
The most iconic laugh. The most iconic space.
I love him.
He's so beautiful.
I just needed both of those to be in this episode here somewhere. You can possibly cut out some of the Tim Curry laughing compilation, but everyone should go watch it.
Oh, everyone has to watch it.
One of the most joyful videos.
There's a lot of videos we have to share on our social media after this, which is just testament to how great he is.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right. We'll be back next time with
Catherine O'Hara.
Our Catherine.
We love you, Steve.
We love you, Steve. We love you, Tim. All right.
Kaki de.
Bye. There's a friggin' mouse.
Stop it.
Great. This is spectacular.
Have you not seen it before?
No.
Yeah. There's a little shop down the road that has and it sells just etched glass and all this sort of stuff. So there's a whole bunch of different ones. And the woman that sold it to us was like, oh, I saw this guy in concert. And we're like, what? And she was like, this Freddy guy, saw him in concert. We're like, she was working with a young guy and he was like, no, Gran, Freddy Krueger is a horror movie guy. You saw Freddie Mercury.
Even cooler. She's like, I saw the guy with knives for fingers in concert.
He had 3rd-degree burns.
He was awfully disfigured, but oh my God, could he sing?